I just want to start off by saying that, of course, we know the mother of the bride's not here, but every word I say tonight is from the both of us, even though it's just me speaking. So first of all, I know Marty already welcomed everyone, and I'd like to just echo that, and the fact that you're all here, and you're sharing your love and your positive energy with this beautiful couple to help send them on their way. It means the world to all of us, to me, to Honda, Judy, Don, and myself, to see them off to such a great start. It's been a couple of Now, as I look out here, you know, the Guan family table is like a small island in the ocean of Dialga and Meghan. But we're a small and mighty island. And we're very happy to be engulfed with the ocean of all this great family. But I will say that the Guan family has a unique advantage because they have known Haley her whole life. And the beautiful, spectacular woman that you all know, right? We've seen it from front row, from the very beginning. And the qualities that Haley has today, we saw immediately when she was a child. She's always been on the move, always full of energy and determination. She literally, as a toddler, she never really walked. She went from kind of rolling over to running. And she was always trying to keep up with her big brother Tori. And she was always in constant motion. She was a blur. And as she got a little bit older, she always wanted to be doing more. She was always thinking about what was next. And so one thing was food. And as a 4 or 5-year-old, typical diet is corn dogs and cheese pizza and chicken McNuggets. Yeah. Haley was all about the chicken piccata, the mussels, the sushi. We would literally be at restaurants, and we would get the oddest looks from, you know, the people there thinking, what are we doing to our child? She has a big plate of mussels, whatever. She must have been 4 or 5 years old, but this is what she wanted. And this is always moving ahead. And as she got a little bit older, the energy, the desire would turn into dance and school and her social life, and literally, I mean, she was so committed to all those things. Literally, Don and I would be driving her back and forth to dance class after school, and she literally would be in the car with a flashlight doing her homework, you know, after the class. And she was so focused on doing it all and doing it all spectacularly. And that's what she's always done. And that continued as she moved on to LMU, and she got her CPA, and she's had, you know, promotions and things like that. And, you know, she has become this amazing person. But we've seen it the whole time. Yeah. And, you know, maybe you met her when you were in high school, or in college, or at Furco, or maybe, you know, just part of Marty's very deep social circle and his big family. But you've all got to witness and see and enjoy what we've known her whole life. So we got to meet Marty. Well, actually, no. So, I'll get to that. So, Haley, we got to meet Marty, and Donna and I knew right away that he was like spectacular. And you know, as a parent, you know, we're thinking about this wedding and the milestone it means. And you know, as a parent, you reflect on all the things that you did to raise your child. And all the moments, millions or probably billions of moments that whether it's trying to instill a lesson or guidance, and that could be in just little discussions or long discussions, and whether it be laughter or tears or arguing, right? We would always know that our whole motivation was to put Haley in a position where she can make the best decisions possible as an adult. And that's what you want as a parent. And one of the most important decisions that you can make is who you choose as your life partner. And that's where Marty comes in. So, when we met Marty, like I said, Don and I were blown away. Marty, every room you walk into, it lights up. Your enthusiasm, your smile, it's just so contagious. I think about the years I've already known you, I can't think of a time where I never saw you without that smile, that sparkle in your eye, right? You're always that person. And yes, maybe it has to do with Haley, I'll take that credit. So we now see them and we get to meet Hondo, or the Hondo, and Judy. And so, we start to meet them, and 6 of us will go out for dinner, and we hit it off, and very quickly, Donna and I, and Judy, we really connected. So we would just, the 4 of us, go out to a dinner, and then, Haley and Marty, they weren't living together yet, and Haley would call us and go, did you have dinner with Marty's parents? Like she was almost like, tap the brakes a little bit, like, we're not quite, we're still figuring out our relationship, and, but you know what? But we knew. The 4 of us knew that this was going to happen. So the family connection that we had started to grow, and spending time with Sissy, and we got Tori and MJ and Danny and Bree, and really kind of learn and get to know the broader family. And holidays, events, and but you only learn so much in those types of events about really who those people are, because everyone's on their best behavior. So Haley came to me and said, Dad, I have a plan. And are you okay if I share that plan with everyone tonight? Might as well. So here's the plan. So she said, I heard that Hondo and a group of retired firemen, they go on this Tuesday bike ride. And Dad, it would be great if you can act like you ride a bike. And, reach out to them and try to get in there and try to, infiltrate and kind of get behind enemy lines and spend time with these people to really figure out, is Marty really going to be, is this family really as good as it seems on the surface? So, after about 281 Tuesdays, I compiled this big report. And this morning, early morning, Haley and I got together for breakfast, and we reviewed the report. And the good news is, it was a go. Because otherwise, there would have been sheets of paper under your door saying, unfortunately, this is not going to happen today. Now, one thing about the report, that there was a footnote, and I am amazed that San Francisco hasn't burned 3 times over based on what I learned about the San Francisco Fire Department. One thing that today, I have high expectations of both of you, and I have to admit, sitting during that ceremony and listening to your vows, I was blown away. And what was important and most powerful to me about their vows today was that this was the first time that they shared them with each other. And yet, the way they were written and spoken, you would think that they were completely integrated in the way they were written, the structure, the context, they were all identical, fit like lock and key. And that's all we need to know about where you guys are today and what you have in front of you. So, let's raise our glass. I want to say that all of us here, so first of all, this is a blur today, and you guys have done great, but try as best you can to remember the feelings of today. And know that everyone in this room, everyone, friends, family, all their love and support is for you. And we can't wait to see what happens next. So, to Haley and Marty Diallo.
Safe to say I've known him his entire life, all 32 years. So, where to begin? I guess the beginning. Marty was always a great younger brother, even at an early age. He had a great personality that everyone was always drawn to. When I was at St. Tim's, first or second grade, he already developed a reputation around campus. People loved him. Every day we would pull up at school, and Marty would hop out of my parents' car, and he would run wild. But he would do this in Marty fashion, naturally. He would do this with a shoelace tied around his head, a Michael Jordan jersey on, boys in pants, or soccer cleats. I'd look at my mom and say, does he have to do this? And she'd say, yes. Yes, he does. But even early on, Marty beat to his own drum, and though I found it embarrassing at the time, he was young enough where everyone else found it either cute, charming, or entertaining. Fortunately, as he grew older and started integrating into society, he still kept his charm. From St. Tim's to Sarah, Marty and I would continue to hang out. Either with my friends, his friends, it didn't really matter. We all got along and had a lot of fun together. I was half convinced my friends only hung out with me to get to Marty. And it turns out I was right. After Marty graduated from Sarah, he went to LMU, and it was no shock to find that my buddies finally accomplished their lifelong mission and recruited Marty to their fraternity. As my friend Alex likes to remind me, they are real brothers, and that's what matters. After Marty graduated high school, he did what his big brother did, and moved straight back home to his parents' house. And it was around this time that my cousin Gina's birthday, the officiant, that Haley started entering the picture. I remember Marty telling me, hey, there's this girl, she's pretty cool. And then, keep in mind, as a kid from the peninsula who didn't go further north than Burlingame and further south than Woodside Road, I hear she would take an Uber all the way to Los Gatos. Shocking. I was like, wow, this chick really likes my brother. And sure enough, it was apparent that, yes, my brother really, in fact, liked her also. More and more, Haley would start coming around to all the events. She would come over to our parents' house and we would hang out and play Catan, all hoarding sheep, trying to win. And I got to see how amazing she is. This beautiful, smart, caring, and funny woman. You're incredible. And you quickly worked your way into all the family's hearts. You attended all the events and you were loved by everyone. And it didn't stop there. And you bring Fred, Donna, Tori, and Jed, and wow, you have such an incredible family. It's no shock that you turned into such an incredible person. And as an older brother, I had to face a new reality here. My little brother beat me in 1 point laughing. My brother beat me in one important life aspect. He found a keeper before I did, and I was happy for him. For the record, I did get to the altar first. My little brother and Haley are finally getting married. It's been a long time coming, and I couldn't be happier for the two of you. All right, guys, you ready for the pearls? You're about to embark on the best journey. Don't get me wrong, there are hard days and challenges, but I've seen you guys face adversity before, like when we hiked half them together with our dad. That was a big day. But you guys do it together, you guys support each other, and there are so many more goods that outweigh all the tough ones. You two are a team, and have been for years. When one of you is down, the other is there to pick you up. You both have your strengths, but together you are stronger. Haley, it's been official in my mind for a while, but welcome to the family. You're my sister. And now let's raise a glass to Marty and Haley.
Had to go barefoot. All right, everyone. I am Meghan, and I am Haley's best friend from high school. Haley and I had basically all of our classes together our freshman year of high school. And even though we don't really remember if we met in Spanish 2 honors or geometry honors, we know that we met those first few periods and then we started hanging out literally constantly afterwards. And 18 years later, we are still best friends and we are apparently still bragging about the fact that we only took honors classes in high school. Now, we had a pretty standard millennial high school experience. One day we were doing homework, the next we were drinking mystery liquor out of a water bottle and then sleeping in someone's car. The next we were getting our belly buttons pierced with my mom as our chaperone because we were underage. The next we were going to a Bell mixer and some creepy guy would come up behind us and kind of grind on us and we would give each other a little thumbs up or thumbs down because we couldn't see him. We didn't know if he was attractive enough or not grinding on him. The next we would go to an Apple store and take these stupid ass photos making like silly faces on every phone in the store because we thought it'd be hilarious if someone saw the photos if they tried to sample the phone. The next we would go to some sketchy 18+ rave wearing some like bedazzled bra and underwear that we would literally make in her house with her parents coming in and out of the room. No friend saw this happening. You guys knew this was going on. Yeah, her mom bought the jewels. And then if you fast forward to senior year, when we were going to prom, Haley's date tried to make a move on her and she was not interested, and she turned her head so quickly that he bashed his face into her and got such a bad bloody nose that it was like dripping down his face because she moved her head so fast. So that is our high school in a nutshell. So over the years, I've learned a lot about what Haley loves. There's the obvious things like her family, her friends, Marty Sunday, me. She loves her beers, she loves her 805, her Pacifico, she loves her road trip, she loves some scary movies, outside playing Snapchat, but we all know more than anything, she loves late night chat. I'm pretty sure everyone in this room has had a deep heart-to-heart with Haley after the hours of midnight, and if you haven't, can you really say you're a true at this table especially? But if there's one thing that Haley hates, it is when there's a plan that she is not fully concluded on. Cue her engagement, which is here we're at the park with Marty so special. And thanks to Haley and Marty for throwing a kick-ass party. Hi, I'm Mariah. I'm Haley and Marty's designated third wheel. I'm Haley's best friend from elementary school. And while Meghan has successfully made you all laugh tonight, I've been tasked with making you cry. Which could happen for a number of reasons, but I'm hoping it's how I've planned it. Haley and I met in 5th grade when we were 11, and my first impressions of her were that she was incredibly enthusiastic, open-minded, and caring. We bonded over dance, theater, amusement parks, downloading songs on LimeWire, and CW TV shows. We were there for each other through many major life milestones, like getting our braces off, crimping our hair for the middle school dance, studying for the SATs, auditions for high school musicals, and getting into college. Haley truly is a star in every way. As the high school dance captain, honors student, and the wonderful person that she is, you would think it would be easy to be competitive growing up as a fellow theater kid. But instead, Haley is my biggest cheerleader. She has always encouraged me to shine in my own way and be the best that I can be, because that's who Haley is. She appreciates people's unique differences and always encourages them to reach their highest potential. She knows how to go after what she wants and does it with grace, and inspires me to do the same. When we think of childhood friendships, we often think of them as fun and carefree, which they are, but they're also vital and serious too. Growing up, our best friends are our biggest supporters, guides, therapists, comedians, and family by choice. After college, we also had the blessing of growing alongside one another in our early 20s in San Francisco. We were briefly roommates, and we supported one another as we began our careers and grew into our fully mature 25-year-old brains with frontal lobes and everything. I'm even more proud to see how we've both grown into our early 30s, our friendship only strengthening along the way. We've really been by each other's side through it all. Haley, we helped each other become the people we are today, and I'm so grateful I had the honor of doing girlhood and now adulthood with you by my side. So, when Haley told me about this guy, Marty, who she met at LMU, and she told me years later there was something more, aka bumping around. Sorry. It felt completely natural. Haley takes her friendships very seriously and is very passionate about each and every one of them. So it only makes sense to me that my best friend is marrying her best friend. Universally known as one of the nicest guys you could ever meet, Marty is truly the perfect match for Haley. My first impressions of Marty were, is this guy real? Because he makes everyone feel immediately included and welcome, and he matches Haley's energy by being so caring, genuine, and fun-loving. He's a pretty chill guy that I'm also glad to call one of my best friends. It's amazing to see how Haley and Marty have become such an impressive team. This wedding has seemed inevitable to all of us, but there are so many good things I could say about them. But I officially knew they were the perfect match when I saw how they prepared for the arrival of Sunday, their dog. I'm pretty sure Haley read at least 5 to 10 doggy, childhood, raising puppy books. And gave Marty some assigned reading, which Marty passed with flying colors and did extra credit and followed up. Together they've Sunday to be a happy and healthy pup that has a full and active social life,
I honestly think that dog has more friends than me. Which makes sense with you guys as her parents. So not only are they incredible parents to Sunday, they worked hard to build a well-rounded life together. They tackle challenges together head on, and they never forget to have fun together. So, here's to the newlyweds, Haley and Marty. I love you both so much. I can't wait to see what the future holds for you and all of the beautiful memories you make, big and small. So don't forget to cherish all of the little moments along the way. I wish you a lifetime of laughter, growth, and unconditional love.